Well, good morning, everybody. This is Mark, your instructor, and welcome to week 9 of our COM151 class, Introduction to Microsoft Office. By now, we've gone over Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. We've kind of took a week and explored the Microsoft Access database. And for the final 2 weeks of our class, we're going to wrap it up by looking at the Microsoft Outlook program, which is Microsoft's email program. Outlook, it comes in the bundle, if you will, of the Microsoft Office suites, and I guess you could just say it's personal preference. Some folks like Outlook, some folks don't. Some folks use other programs like Google or Hotmail or Gmail, whatever it may be. And there's nothing wrong with any of them. They all have their, I would say, their strengths and weaknesses. Outlook's strengths is that it's tied into the Microsoft Office programs. So for an example, you can click on a Word document and say, I want to share this with someone. It'll attach it to a Word email file right there, in the Word or Excel or whatever, and send it out, if you will. Don't know that I explained that all well. Let me back up and say it one more time. Suppose that I was in Microsoft Word and I wrote a document and I wanted to share it with you. Instead of having to exit the program and use another email program and attach it and so forth, I could click Share within the Word program. Outlook would come up. The file would be attached kind of automatically, if you will, and I could share that file. It would just cut down on some steps that we have to take when we're trying to share documents with each other. So a lot of the tools and a lot of the buttons, if you will, commands are the same in Outlook as they are in the other email or the other Word programs and Excel programs, things like that. So there's a familiarity with it. You'll also find that a lot of organizations use it, so even if you don't use it personally, it's a good thing to understand it, because most likely at your job you'll have to use Outlook. So that's what we're going to do in week 9, and then week 10 we'll look at the calendar function that's in Outlook. So excuse me. Next, in week 9, what I want to do as far as some housekeeping issues. Please remember that you have the final exam coming up in week 10. That is on. You can go ahead and do that when you want to. You also have the practical learning assignment that is due in week 10. That is on. You can go ahead and start doing that if you want to. Keep in mind, you should be checking the grade book. If you have zeros on anything other than discussions, that means you haven't turned that work in or haven't done that work, or for whatever reason I don't have that work. So you're starting to come down to just 2 weeks to go to make sure that you can get the best grade possible. So go out to the grade book, look for those zeros, get those things turned in. If you feel like you're running out of time, focus on the ones that give you the most points, because some things only give you 1 point, some things may give you 7 or 8 or 9 points. So if you start running out of time, do the ones that give you the most points first. If you got any kind of questions or concerns, please email me, text me, let me know, and I'll get with you. Otherwise, I'll see you in class.